Hello everyone, this is Natilda Martin, your host from the group United Reflectors. Today I will be interviewing other group members, namely Dinell James, Josette Moranci, Florence Maroney, and Andrea Celestine. They will be answering questions on reflective practice in collaborative learning. Also, they will be bringing to light the 48 laws of green. Please sit back and enjoy. My first question is to Dinell. Dinell, what is reflective practice and how does this impact collaborative learning?
Reflective practice does not only focus on self, but it incorporates others. Reflective practice is the practice of periodically stepping back to ponder the meaning of what has recently transpired to us and to others in our immediate environment. Engaging in reflective practice requires individuals to keep others in mind in order to identify assumptions and feelings and then to see how they affect practice. Thus, forming teams and learning groups are important for reflective practitioners. Such a method of learning enables members not only to contribute but to learn from their fellow members. The contributions of others are very important as reflective learners. Engaging with others in the group, with persons giving opinions and perceptions, adds a different and valuable perspective on an issue. The views from others assist with understanding of different concepts through discussions. This enables persons to better reflect and obtain a better response to situations. One may be surprised by some of the feedback received. Ideas for change to be implemented can also be easily obtained through reflection. Each member in a group should be given equal opportunity to contribute to the group's success. To ensure that this is done, most of the tasks assigned in our group were distributed and each member had a role to play. Capuzzi states that assigning responsibility in this way helps to improve team dynamics and eases the way in which the group operates. Through collaboration, we were able to identify our own strengths, build on them, identify our weaknesses, and work on improving them. Because of the group learning, we had the opportunity to look over our own contributions to this course thus far. Note what was needed to be improved as well laid our strengths. Also, we use the advice from our team members to improve our own weaknesses. As a team, we were reflecting on different and sometimes difficult situations and problems.
Thank you, Dinell. Now, Florence, from Dinell's answer, do you believe the group has been collaborating effectively?
Thank you, Natilda. United Reflectors has been working together since its inception and has collectively completed some of the assigned tasks. Power in the context of team or collaborative learning is not on an individual level but rather is of a collective nature since the team is as strong as its weakest link. Mignan and Rogers pointed out that in a team, the leader has to maintain a strategic focus to support the organization's vision, facilitate goal setting, educate, and evaluate achievements. The word support and facilitate there clearly indicates that the leader is not a boss. He or she is not the sole decision maker, but decisions are made with the consensus of all team members. Therefore, each individual has equal power, as is the case with our group, since every contribution is vital and very much valued. We are open-minded and respect the views of others, and encourage everyone to participate fully. Though the actions of the members of the United Reflectors do not reflect a radical transformation of mindset, we are taking small steps towards change. Like with all new experiences, there are challenging moments, with time being one of those. For example, one member being in a different time zone from the other four sometimes posed a challenge for that member who's an hour behind, and we were somewhat constrained by that in the initial stages. Additionally, because we had our individual schedules already set up, arranging a convenient time to meet as a group on a regular basis was also challenging. However, team members exercised flexibility in order to schedule a regular meeting time appropriate to all and so facilitate full participation of all, which is a critical principle of collaborative work. We have realized that this course is rather demanding since it differs from the norm of other courses, which is to focus on individual work. Our learning and success is heavily dependent on teamwork, and we see the need to meet on a more regular basis in order to discuss our learning material. A major challenge for us still is contributing to forum discussions as a team. This is an issue which we recognize requires urgent attention, and we plan to have it rectified in order to ensure our success. Thank you very much.
Well said, Florence. The learning environment that one finds himself shouldn't hinder the learning process. Instead, we should go in with an open mind. Josette, I hope you are good today. After going through the 48 laws of green with your group members, is it an obstacle or guide in relation to reflective practice?
The 48 Laws of Power by Green 1998 is an obstacle to learning in teams or community of reflexive practitioners. Teamwork requires sharing, communicating, collaborating, and supporting. In examining Green's law, many are in direct contradiction to the principles of team learning. Many do not take into consideration the sense of right and wrong. They are individualist and focus on how a person can have influence over others in any situation, regardless of the negative impact it may have on others and the person's moral reputation. Further to that, they go against the moral ethics which reflexive practitioners are supposed to possess. I quote from EDLM 2008, Unit 3, that a reflective practitioner's practice should be guided by the core values that are associated with reflective practice, in addition to those in your specialized field of study and that of the organization to which you belong. End quotes.
Hi, Andrea. I think the group is on a roll today. From Josette's answer, can you give some examples of Green's law that go against collaborative learning?
For example, Law 1, which states never outshine the master. If applied to team learning, members will lag behind and refuse to give of their best because they believe the leader or master is the one who is responsible for shining. Law 3, conceal your intentions. Cannot work for team-based learning because every member's contribution is an asset to the success of the team. Furthermore, it is individualistic and implies a hidden agenda, which again goes against the principles of collaborative team-based learning, where everyone works towards a common goal. Law 6 states, that one should court attention at all costs. This is selfish and self-centered. According to EDLM 2008, Unit 4, and I quote, "If you are thoughtful or considerate about the learning needs and interests of members of your group, this is regarded as a quality that enhances the development of members. That is why care, respect for diversity, mutual engagement, and empowering of members are critical humanistic indicators of team learning that occur within a framework of reflexive practice." End of quote. Law 7 of Green's laws proposes that one should get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This does not augur well for one who considers himself to be a team member. Everyone has a responsibility and is accountable to the group for their share of the work. Taking the credit will only benefit one for a short while. He may experience a moment of glory but remains clueless as to what the task entails and has not learned anything. Future endeavors will show him up as a square peg in a round hole. As a reflective practitioner, if you consider yourself a lifelong learner, you should be making the effort to learn while doing the task. EDLM 2008, Unit 3. Another of Green's laws that goes against team-based learning is Law 16, which indicates that one's honor and respect is increased if one is absent from a group. This is an irrational thought and should never be a practice in team-based learning. Respect and honor should come from hard work, dedication, determination, and drive, and not from being a social loafer. According to Copenhagen 2006, in a small section, Collaborative Learning Environment, where student work teams promote mutual learning and critical thinking, absenteeism denies the absent student the opportunity to learn from others and denies other members of the student's work team the opportunity to learn from the absent student. The effect of team members' absenteeism on other students' individual performance presupposes that the cooperative learning environment enhances student learning. End of quote. In examining Law 20, Green is of the opinion one should not commit to anyone. Team learning will require members to be committed to the team and the challenges that it faces. Lack of commitment will not help the group and its members to achieve success and will only hinder growth and development. Reflexive practice is the art of applying what we have learned. During theory, persons have different experiences which they can analyze to improve the way that they work. Reflective practice basically closes the gap between what was learned, which is theory, and applying what was learned, which is practice. Collaborative learning plays a critical role in reflexive practice. and certain moral and ethical practices must be applied when persons are reflecting in on an action. Dr. Reamer, 2013, featured Donald Shawn, 1983, an advocate of reflective practice. In one of his articles, he outlined that Shawn's thesis, based on his extensive empirical research, was that the more skilled and effective professionals have the ability to pay critical attention to the way they conduct their work at the same time that they do their work. Shawn coined the terms knowing in action and reflection in action, which suggests that some professionals can take a step back and think hard about what they are doing while they are doing it. This means that persons are aware of what they are doing during practice, and hence they should realize if they are displaying morality with respect to their group members. Reflective practitioners should demonstrate a high level of transparency, be on guard to decipher between what is right and what is wrong. They should also be able to separate issues and acknowledge differences to work together, and be willing to play a part in the collaborative environment. These principles go against many of the laws of power outlined by Green. Right is right and wrong is wrong, and team members should be on guard not to display behaviors to gain power over others and to show their ability to rule. The power that we should exercise as reflective practitioners is the zeal to carry out our individual roles well in a collaborative setting for the betterment of everyone in the team. It should be the motivation to get things done and to display effective leadership qualities that do not portray one as being overpowering or self-centered, but rather selfless. I thank you.
First, I just want to thank my group members for their cooperation. When we collaborate effectively, goals can be achieved. I also want to thank our listeners. I hope you heard the importance of reflective practice and how working collaboratively can enhance the learning process. Thank you.